No, that's just me whistling, folks. That's just me whistling. Please give me that thumbs up. Please give me that share. Like, subscribe, share to your friends and family. Okay, just wanted to keep using this. Last time I did a live stream, I thought it was kind of cool. Obviously, I messed it up by hovering over it, but actually, this came from Jimmy. No, that wasn't Jimmy's video. That was Adam Ray's video. It's time for you to ask me. Oh, there's the video that I stole it from. Yay! Yeah, I watch this comedy stuff, and I'm jealous about Austin. But what I really want to do is talk about my land. I've had it for a while. I don't think I'm going to build on it. If you're interested in living near Joshua Tree, it's right between the two entrances in 29 Palms. It's, how do you say, zoned for building a residential 400 square foot home. I think that you can call the planning department. There it is right there. I can't zoom in. It's right there. That's a Walgreens. This is the desert. It's the high desert. It snows there sometimes. It gets hot in the summer. And it's available. Check out the description below. What else is there to talk about? If you look at my Twitter, you can see the videos I did of my recent trip to Atlas Mountains. This is a promotion for Cosmic Summit 2025, and I'll be there June 20th to the 23rd on a panel with the guys who were yesterday on a panel with Graham Hancock, Jimmy Corsetti, Wandering Wolf, Mike Collins, also Nikki Anna Jones. I saw her in a picture. Dan the Dedunker, he interviewed me. They were all on Joe Rogan. Jimmy gave me a shout out on Joe Rogan. Last time I did a live stream out of the country, I was detained in Mauritania. Give me a 1 if the microphone's okay. Let me see if I can hear myself. Yeah, I can hear myself. That's good. Let's see here. What else is new? I like this video that Randall Carlson mentioned about being the term geologist. And check out what, gosh, I got to make sure I say it correct. Let's see right here. Hover here. If I hover here, maybe? No? Let's just open it. Pillars of the Past did a recent video talking about, and he's going to be on the panel, something about 40,000-year-old seafarers. Very interesting. Does it prove that Jimmy Corsetti went to Göbekli Tepe? And I was detained April 1st, April Fool's Day. Give me a shout out. Here's your chance to give me I don't have any chats. Where's my control panel? There it is. So you can still give me a GoFundMe since I failed. I didn't get to my destination. I did get to the Atlas Mountains. And I am proud of this image right here. There I am, still ignorant of what was going to happen. Thought I was going to make it. I got 8 hours away from my destination. Okay, let me get into the presentation for today. Yeah, this place. What is that? I've taken here before, but I do want to lay claim to it, you know, especially when you talk about the situation. It's definitely some place I have not visited, but I did name it. Now, let's see if we can get a name right now, because so far, I still haven't seen, okay, everything, clicking everything, zooming into this whole area. Where are we? My discovery right here, right there where the A2 sign is. Let's zoom out. That's Lesotho. This is South Africa. Lesotho is a landlocked country in South Africa. Let's see what we got going here. Make sure everything's good to go. Should I make this larger? Thank you for joining me. 8 people. Do I have 8 thumbs up? Okay, let me get this out of here. This is not needed. I don't want to remove it from stage. Let's do this. There we go. Try that. Okay, let me just kind of refresh this and see where we stand here. Nice. Thank you for the thumbs up. Okay, Lesotho is a landlocked country in South Africa, and we are north-south. Everything's arranged right. So as you look at this country, you can see the left side is a little lighter than the middle and the right side. Why do you think it's so light compared to the country next door? Why do you think there's such a big difference? We see the Kolonyama structure here. I've talked about that a million times. What I want to do is kind of lay claim to this channel here, and we'll get in here. What does that say? Kitsane, Old Mohale's Hook right there. What is Old Mohale's Hook? Well, this is new, I guess, or regular Mohale's Hook, I thought. There's Mohale over there. We have the border between Lesotho and South Africa right here. This says Makinas, so maybe I should say Makinas channel. This channel here goes on for quite a ways. If you look at it right here, you can see that it's like 1, 2, and then 3 segments. There's something happening right there, right between the second and third segment. But the first segment is clearly got this big mosh pit, or whatever you want to call it, where something was happening at the end. It was created to maybe catch material, transport material. There's a breach right here, probably water erosion, but possibly some other type of situation. It's going to fill up with water eventually, and it'll eventually breach, right? So that could have been a different event. But what created this structure in the first place? And I point this out because this thing looks highly sus. And then when you get to the second part, again, you see these ancient gaps, ridges. They look like cart ruts. And if you look at the cart ruts that were shared yesterday on Twitter by, let's see, let me just go to my notifications and see what we can find here. Cart ruts. No, where did I see those? Cart ruts. Yeah, let me be careful, but there's all sorts of negative stuff going down today. I'm looking for those cart ruts. Let's look at Wandering Wolf. He was, I think he was, see, there was what they did yesterday. There's Jimmy Corsetti. Is that Nerdotic? I know that's the guy from, I think that's Nerdotic. I could be wrong. Got to check what it says. Dan the Dedunker, Wandering Wolf, Mike Collins, Nikki Anna Jones, Ill Scholar. Yeah, I should have made it. I should have driven over there to Sedona and joined them without invitation. There's Graham Hancock, Bright Insight, and Mike Collins on stage. You got to love that. What does that say? It looks like it says Pillars of the Past. This is not where I was 4 Easters ago. I met Graham Hancock in the same city of Sedona, and I met Mike Collins these two a couple years later at CPAC. Where is that thing? Let's go to Megalith Mania's page, because he's the one that just had it. Megalith Mania right here. I think he's got the pictures of the cart ruts. Let's just check. I'm not seeing it. Got a lot of stuff going on. I don't see the cart ruts. Who had those? Definitely check out Megalithomania's page if you haven't already. Okay, so that's the news. Getting back to this, I'm talking about cart ruts because these things are gigantic megalithic cart ruts going through the mountains. I think they were transport. How do you say the word? Ways of transporting something. Whether the middle of the channel was used or whether these edges were used. Here you can see clearly there was a quick right turn, and it goes over here and makes a nub, giant megalithic nubs. Okay, we're not talking about the small ones. And then it cuts over and then makes a new channel. That line continues straight. Now this intersection here, you can see the rut that was cut through. Those are homes. You can see the rut cut through this. Some houses were built in the rut. You can see that there, but you can see how it turns, clearly turns, and this is it ruts here. It turns into a rut. Here it turns into a rut. But when you back out, it's more of a ridge, not a rut. Oh, I lost 2 viewers. That's sad. Thank you for the thumbs up, though. That's encouraging. Please share, like, subscribe. I love that I got 6 thumbs up just now. and it says 5 are watching. So yeah, that's going along with what with what the StreamYard says. All right, backing out. If you didn't see what I showed at the beginning of the video, I'm about to show it, but just see how this line continues, 2 parallel lines into the mountains of Lesotho. That channel right there, well, if that's 20,000 feet down at the bottom, and that's about the distance of one segment, the full thing is more than 60,000 feet, and that's about 6 miles. We can measure it just to be sure. Let's go to the very end and go to about here. That's 17 miles. Where that one crisscross intersection happens is about 10 miles, and the first little segment is about 5.8 miles. Now, when you get out here, you can see another line going this direction, and a lot of you navigate away because you're like, I've already seen this before, but let's just follow the lines. Before we do, I will show you that it takes you along this line, and you can see other, what I call nubs, this little thing. Just totally, here's another one right there, a little nub. I call it a nub. It's like a little mountain next to the line. And I've seen those in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Sorry, I shouldn't say Santa Fe. I should say this place, New Mexico, yes. Pie Town. I went there. I always show these ridges. They're definitely not, there's no cart ruts at all. They're ridges, and they're like 12 miles long each, and they start and stop, so they're not one straight line. There's a ridge that goes in this direction. So the ridges are usually crossing the water, controlling the water. These ridges in New Mexico are in a city called Pie Town. I went there. You can find those videos on my channel. Over here in the other ridge, there's 2 of them that are parallel. This one has these switchbacks that come across the water. So it's like it's grabbing the water here and it's grabbing the water there. Again, down here, these are ancient, and they also have little mountains next to them. So South Africa is not the only place I've seen this stuff. Instead, you can see it everywhere. Colorado, look at Ship Rock between New Mexico. Sorry, I keep saying the wrong place. New Mexico and Colorado. Ridges like this, the longest one I found is 13 miles long, and they go up against mountains and ridges. This is Pie Town, and that's the little nub that I walked on right there. The nub is right next to the ridge. Why does the mountain not continue on the other side? How do you think these so-called volcanic dikes are really created, instead of how the mainstream geologists describe it? So there's a nub here. So you can follow this line from the Mohale's Hook I just showed you. Actually, I think I was using the wrong name. I think we call it the Machinas Channel. Mohale's Hook is over here, and whatever it's named after, I don't know. But you can see the line, the nubs along the side of it. Like there is a little something special, and there. But the thing I claim to have found is, the Mohale Hook turnoff is right here. Could this be Mohale's Hook? I don't think so. I think Mohale's Hook is over here. And here's the Malkinleach Bridge and the. But what is this? There's no name. There's no name for this thing. Why not? Nobody wants to claim it. Nobody wants to claim this mound with the terraces. It looks like a pyramid, and the line that connects it to the other structures along this land. Oops, I didn't want it to do that without animating better. There it is. And when you follow that line, you can see how old it is, because there's a lot of places, a lot of erosion has changed the line. Like right there, you can see the water event, the river that goes right through there. And that river clearly eroded away the line. Over here, you can see it somehow disappeared under this whole mountain of farming and agriculture, that some of these terraces are not as young as they look. Then the line continues, and it gets quite prominent right there. Not many chats coming from the audience, but I have 13 viewers now. I want to thank you so much. I'll give you a few more news bites in a second. There's a little lake in the middle, but the line disappears. So this is South Africa. Actually, this is Lesotho. This is Lesotho. Now, I want to mention this channel isn't the only channel that you find here. This channel is 17 miles long going into the mountains, right? Well, there's an even more prominent one up here It's not hard to find. I just zoom in and boom. Is that it? That's it right there. Now, is it a channel? Is it a mountain? Well, it has two parallel lines, and we're talking not just a little bit parallel, a very much parallel. Let me turn back north-south first. I don't know how it got off. And as you can see, it's not exactly north-south. It's going to this ancient angle. But there's and you've got the Jehovah's Witnesses right in the middle. Let me take away the lines. Thank you so much, Crypto, for joining and being such a good audience member. I wish that I could be as good as you, man. Thank you so much. And yeah, I wanted to have a private conversation with you about something, but it's not time sensitive. Now, if we look at this line, we can follow this line, this part of the channel. This channel is parallel, right? Just like the one down there, it kind of curves here. And it's very connected to the Kolonyama structure, which is right out here. This Kolonyama structure, there's three plateaus, an ancient intersection with a shortcut, but there's also this weird, another pit, right? That's been breached. Old, either that or it had its own cataclysm that blew it apart. I don't know, but what I do know is that there's an isosceles triangle right in the middle of that in South Africa. Thank you for joining again, Crypto. And I know it's probably not going to be I'm going to try to keep this short. I just wanted to talk about Stig's Mound. I got the thumbnail. I want to lay claim to that because nobody else talks about it. Stig was first. Okay, where's Lesotho? You can see Lesotho very clearly right there. We're going to zoom back in and go back to that other channel I mentioned. The Kolonyama structure is right there. We're already north-south. We can close that. There's that channel I mentioned. But wait, there's another one right there. And there's actually other channels. I'm not going to get too deep. You can check my older stuff. But when you come over here to the north part, you can also find some channels in the north part. Now, this is back in South Africa here. There's a lot of terraformed mountains down here. I'm going to turn on so we can see clearly the exploration, the border. And you're going to see here that there's an escarpment, the Great Escarpment. But the Great Escarpment disappears right into the edge of Lesotho. What created this big mountain right here? This escarpment continues after the mountain. How does the escarpment get covered by the mountain? I don't know. Mainstream has its own opinion. Now, if you didn't know where Adam's calendar is, the famous Michael Tellinger talks about Adam's calendar. Just go to the top of Eswatini and to the side of Eswatini and zoom in right at that intersection right there. Then you start to see something that looks like New Jersey, and that's where Adam's calendar is. Just figured I'd show my audience that it's not easy to find Adam's calendar. It's actually right there. No, right there. Here. See, I always get lost. It's right there. That's Adam's calendar. And you can turn on the photos, and you can see Adam's calendar from a photo that's taken right here at this road. This is South Africa. You can look up Michael Tellinger if you haven't already. Thanks again, Crypto, for joining and helping. I should be as helpful as you. I promise I'll give it a try. We'll start sharing on Twitter as well. I've done a couple. Okay, so that's Adam's calendar. But I just want to show you a couple of other things before I let you go for the day. Just trying to show you some of these large structures. So that escarpment between Lesotho and Eswatini, that line right there is also part of the difference in altitude. When you zoom in right here above Lesotho, you can zoom in right here, and you can find some really wacky structures, kind of hard to find easily. So I'm zooming in slowly. I always get lost right here, but it should pop up. If it doesn't, there they are right there. So I'm going to zoom back out, and that's the line I'm talking about right there. When you look at this nature reserve dam, it's always about the water, right? And there's a bunch of stuff over here too. If you check, even my mutual friend Zero Control, he also mentions some stuff that's right over here. You can find it pretty easily. But I want to show you what I found over here, that line right there. There's an interesting little plateau here. And if you check the names, the layers, everything, you find Free State is the state. KwaZulu Natal is the other state. But when you zoom in, you find No Name Road. No Name Road? How is it that a road is named with no name? Here's a Camp Skirt clip. So I don't know where No Name Road is. There's not a lot of stuff on the map out here. I guess if we zoom in, maybe we'll find the name. Not even a road. It's not even paved. It's just a dirt road. It's a dirt road. It's one of the best dirt roads. Probably the best in South Africa. Okay, never mind that. Let's go back over here. I want to show you these ridges. Who terraformed this next to Camp Skirt clip? Who terraformed and created a perfect triangle? I mean, not every day do you see triangles pop up like this. These lines, they're definitely not normal geology, geography either, but we talk about ancient intersections. I think they were some kind of a transport road setup. We have parallel structures. We have high points, what I call nubs. We have parallel lines, what I just showed you in New Mexico. These are not as long. This is only 2,000, one more, 4,000, 6,000 feet right there. Well, wait a minute, that's a mile. That's pretty long. And then over here we have one that's easily 5,000 feet. There's ridges and ancient stuff all over this area. And then you can see modern day line boundaries that kind of adapted and connected to those ancient lines somehow. So I do believe when you have a land boundary, you also have a road, right? So definitely something to be seen here near Camp Skirt clip. Let's see if we can find any pictures of this place. Do you want to go visit Camp Skirt clip? You can stay in tents. There's cows. There's foldable chairs. There's fishing. There's barbecuing. That looks like it might be good. Look at those ancient blocks. I mean, you can't tell me that those blocks were just made by the modern day people right there. This wall looks really interesting. I can't zoom in, or I would. But it's photo 3 out of 20. Look at those blocks. That is not the typical size of a block you make. Those blocks were reused and repurposed from some other structure. You can tell easily by the mortar that was put right there. They created the doorway right there with the big blocks, but then they put in the smaller, more inferior blocks. So go to Camp Skirt clip and check out for yourself. Like I said, fishing and camping. Oh, look at these little things here. Interesting. Yeah, I want one of those, but they're not cheap. They cost a good $20,000 for a new one. Look at that ancient block at the end of that wall. Yeah, you see the inferior stones inside there, but that block at the end, he caught a trout. It looks like, look at the size of this. That looks like one of my volcanic dikes, but where were we looking? Where it's, oh my God, let's get back out of here and try to find that. Look at those structures there. I didn't see those before. And look at the blocks in the wall. Okay, whatever that little thing is up there, I want to find it on Google Earth. Camp Skirt clip. That was 2019. There's a little distant mound out in the back. Look at these things. Could those have possibly been terraformed by somebody? A bull stuck in the mud around the sheep. Yeah, I guess you need a 4x. What is this thing called anyways? So Alan Lee took this picture just 2 years ago. And yeah, that's the type of thing I'm looking at all over the world. I also am amazed by this wall. It's got some sign there. I wonder what that sign says. Probably don't drink the water. Interesting. See, okay, we can see these blocks a little closer here. See these, okay, drinking water. See, I told you, man, I'm smart. I'm smart. Okay, I know I was wrong about that. You can't drink it. Thank you very much for dipping. Thank you very much for dipping. Okay, I'm almost going to dip as well. I'm sorry, you dipped in and you dipped out. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to dip out soon. Get your comments in. But yeah, Camp Skirlip, we're going to find that mountain. Drinking water. I'm smart. I'm smart. I knew what that side said because I used to make signs. All right, now let's find it. Where is that cool? There it is right there. That's it right there, right? You can see the shadow. That's it. See, I'm smart, man. I'm smart. Okay, let's take a look at that. So that's supposed to be all natural. It looks like it's natural when you're camping from a distance, right? Where's that picture? Right here. You can see it right there. They've got a Facebook page. Let's get in touch with them. Let's tell them that their mountain is fake. Let's tell them your mountain is fake. Let's see if they get back to me. Yeah, they have an automatic message thanking me. Yeah, obviously that denki dot means thank you for your inquiry. Okay, whoops, I shouldn't even be looking at this. Let me get out of here. I shouldn't do Facebook Live. No, that's a big mistake. Okay, last chance for some comments before I dip. I just wanted to show you that mountain that we just saw in the campground pictures is right next to the triangle naturally created by these so-called what? Are they volcanic dikes? How do you have a volcanic dike that's over a mile long? We see other smaller volcanic. I don't want to call them dikes when they're small in a rock. There's got to be a better word for that. I'm not a geologist. I just pretend I am one by visiting places. Look at that intersection. That intersection, you say, oh, that's modern day. That's a fence. That's a modern day fence. But you see how it's connected to an ancient matrix of roads in South Africa. Okay, guys, still have 10 viewers. Thank you so much for your thumbs up. I'm going to get into my, what do you call it? My really quick before I let you go. There's a lot of things that I should talk about. So they're down in my description. I still have my GoFundMe. I still need to make it. I didn't. I told that story already. Check out links to what I found in my Facebook page, Was This Atlantis? I do show my qualifications. Check out my website, davidstighansen.com, and About shows my qualifications. There's also an art page if you're interested in the painting that you can find there. I will sell it to you. I'm currently working on a new painting. Dr. Gundry helped me lose 35 pounds, so I've got an affiliate link for him. I've personally invested in Storable Foods. I've got an affiliate link for that. You can Patreon me soon. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm going to get out of here real quick. I'm going to populate my Patreon with a lot of videos I can't put in YouTube without them getting demonetized, or I just don't want to edit them. So I'm going to put a bunch in there. It's true I'm lazy, but I don't have any Patreon. So if you want me to do it, Patreon me and I'll get motivated. You can put in $1 and say, if you get your stuff populated, I'll increase it to $10. I'll see your message. Venmo, Cash App. I've never gotten a coffee. Bitcoin. By the way, crypto, I saw that you are using Monero, was it? And I don't even want Ethernet or Bitcoin. It's too expensive. But XRP, it's an easy coin to trade. You don't lose a lot of value with the transactions. There's a memo. I've never done it before, but I was in XRP before my trip. I got 3 more My Patriot Supply links. StreamYard gives you a link. If they put it down there, I put their link here, but I guess if I'm going to keep doing StreamYard, I'll remove it. I've got the plot of land for sale. Well, who said that? Was that me? Go to my Twitter to see pictures or see more information. There's the land I am selling. It's right at the Joshua Tree National Park entry point. If you want to put in a mini house, there it is right there. I can't zoom in, or I would. That's Walgreens. That's like we call it a pharmacy store. It's got groceries. It's not just a pharmacy. So you can walk over there to do your buying. It snows here sometimes. It gets really hot during the summer. Thank you so much for the love. We love crypto. And if you want to just send some crypto as a joke, you better tell me first. But yeah, if you're interested in buying land out here, I know other pieces of land for sale. We should talk. If you want to invest in other land, this particular piece of land, they're expecting to put a 400 square foot house. And in the area, the neighborhood, there's not many mini homes or other alternative types of homes there. Some people want to move in a manufactured home, aka a mobile home, or aka a trailer. But I haven't seen other ones there. I might be wrong. Check with the planning department in 29 Palms, right next to Joshua Tree. Everybody's heard of Joshua Tree, right? And that's it, guys. Let me get back out. Any last minute questions or comments? I don't see them. I've got 6 viewers. I'm out. Thanks again. I wanted to keep this short. Let's see. What was the length of time so far? 30 minutes. That's perfect. Y'all have a great day. Y'all comment down below if you didn't get your comment in. Bye-bye.